My name is Indimuli Kahi. The other name is Alfred, which I rarely use.
In an exclusive interview with Maisha TV, Mr. Alfred Indimuli Kahi, a proud son of Makoma village in Vihiga County, shared his inspiring journey.
So my full name is Alfred Indimuli Kahi. Alfred Indimuli Kahi, I was born on 2nd November 1962 in a village called Makoma Village, Mulundu sublocation, North Maragoli location of Vihiga County.
From his early education at Nairobi South Primary School to earning a Bachelor of Education Science at Kenyatta University, his path led him to a teaching post at Rusinga Highland, setting the stage for a remarkable career.
In my early days, I went through primary school in Nairobi South Primary School, where I started off my standard 1 up to standard 7. I did my CPE in 1975, and in 1976 I was admitted at Chavakali High School in Form 1. After my A-levels, I joined Kenyatta University, where I did my Bachelor of Education Science, my teaching subjects being chemistry and physics. After graduating, I was posted to Rusinga Island, a school on Rusinga Island known as Tomboya Secondary School, where I started work in July 1986. I served Tomboya Secondary School for a total of 16 years. Then I was moved to Vihiga High School, where I served for 8 years. Then moved to Chavakali High School, where I served for 7 years as chief principal. And then I was transferred again to Machako School, where I served for another 7 years. Total number of years of my service have been 38. 38 years, 37 years, sorry. 33 of them being in position of leadership. Many asked how come I taught for only a short period. When I went to Rusinga Island, yes, I served as a teacher in 1986, 87, 88. And 1989, I was appointed deputy principal, where I served and upgraded in 1994 to principal of the same school, Tomboya Secondary School. So I had a short stint as a teacher. But that did not stop me from teaching. I continued to teach up to the time I was exiting service. I was still teaching despite my other responsibilities as a principal.
Mr. Kahi reflected on his fulfilling tenure as an educator, detailing the milestones that shaped his impactful career in the education sector.
In all schools I've been, and this can be confirmed by the teachers I taught with, there's no year I failed to present candidates, either in chemistry or in physics. Apart from being a teacher and having a bachelor's of education degree, science, I also did a diploma in information technology that I hold, and I've also done master's in strategic management. All these experiences have helped me serve the people of this nation in various capacities.
He elaborated on his prestigious leadership roles, including serving as vice chairman of the Kenya Secondary School Heads Association at the national level. Internationally, he represented Africa as a council member and executive member of the International Confederation of Principals.
While in Rusinga Island and Suba district was enacted, I became the first secretary of Kenya Secondary School Heads Association, Suba district. A position I served for 2 years, then got to the position of vice chair. Then from there, I was made also the secretary of the academic committee of the entire Homa Bay district then. When I was transferred, I came to Vihiga, and the principals in Vihiga gave me the position of chairman of the academic committee, a position I served for quite a long time, and then appointed vice chairman of Western Province Kenya Secondary School Heads Association. We went into elections then, and I was re-elected now as the vice chairman, being the deputy to Honorable Nabukwesi, who was the then chief principal, Kamsinga Boys. We served with him for some time, and he was elevated to the position of ambassador, Kenya's ambassador in Canada, and I had to take over as chairman of Kenya Secondary School Heads Association, Western Province, and at the same time, a member of the National Executive. Position I served until we had elections, and I was elected in Nakuru again as the chairman of Western Province. On the advent of counties, positions had to shift. I chose to run for a position of vice chairman, Kenya Secondary School Heads Association at the national level, so that I do not run as maybe a county chairman, having served as the provincial chairman. I was lucky, my colleagues elected me as the national vice chairman, having served in an acting capacity for 2 years following the promotion of the then chairman, Mr. Cleopas Tirop, when he became the commissioner of TSC. So I now served in an acting capacity, then later elected as the vice chairman. Position I served, and on retirement of Mr. Awiti, after serving for only 2 years, I was, as the constitution demands, I became the national chairman, which finished the term of Mr. Awiti, later went to elections, and I was re-elected as the national chairman, Kenya Secondary School Heads Association, a position I served for a period of 8 years, being the longest serving national chairman of Kenya Secondary School Heads Association, because of the confidence my colleagues had in me and the support they gave me. I was able to lobby for Kenya. I led a team to South Africa where we lobbied, and Kenya was granted the permission to host the African Confederation of Principals conference that was held in Mombasa in 2018. During that conference, my colleagues in Africa bestowed upon me the position of president of the African Confederation of Principals, and by virtue of that, I was sitting on the international platform as a member representing Africa. I served in that capacity also during the COVID-19 period. From the COVID-19 period, I was again added another 2 years to be able to steer the Confederation back after the COVID-19. I handed over in 2022 in Nigeria, but I continued to serve as an executive member to date. Just handed over in August that position. At the international level, I served as a council member of International Confederation of Principal, then served as an executive member of the International Confederation of Principal representing Africa, and served in the position of Vice President of the International Confederation of Principals. Positions which, in my view and in the view of my colleagues, I served with a lot of dedication and distinction, up to my point of exiting service when I handed over those positions. But during my time as association head, I think I've served in this country in various task forces. I was sat on the Fatma Chege task force on advisory to the Ministry of Education on the implementation of the CBC education system. preparation for the takeoff as we moved to primary school, then junior secondary school. During the COVID-19, I also served as a member of the COVID-19 Return to School Committee, where we worked, and I chaired that subcommittee on the calendar to resume teaching and learning. The calendar that we went through, which people are saying it is short with a lot of challenges, but the focus was twofold. One was not to keep the children out of school for too long, because according to UNESCO, when children are put out of school for very long time, it becomes very difficult to get them back to school. That we needed to make sure that we take cognizance of that advice. Number two, we were looking at the elections that were coming in 2022. We did not want the elections to find the education sector still in a position of confusion without knowing the direction the sector was taking. So that is how the calendar was reorganized, and I feel proud that while other countries took almost 2 years or so to resume, we were able to resume and graduate 2 cohorts of students from Form 4 to higher learning within a very short time, and now it has stabilized. I'm also happy that I did participate in the crafting and giving direction to the CBC education system, which is purely a pedagogical approach to teaching and learning, where students are all involved and teachers become facilitators.
Mr. Kahi highlighted his significant achievements as a school principal, sharing how he overcame challenges to foster progress and development within his school community.
I was on Rusinga Island, away from home, and I think I was the only non-Luo teacher. This tells you that it is my work that was able to propel me to have favor of becoming a deputy principal in the school and finally a principal. So it's not a matter of tribe. It's a matter of service delivery and the quality of service one can offer to any given institution. Then I came and served at Vihiga High School. In Vihiga, I ensured that we improved on the discipline of the students, allowed the students to exercise and express themselves through various talents, be it in the academic, the science and engineering fairs, be it in the sporting arena. And I'm very happy that during my time, the school was able to produce some of the rugby greats like Collins Injera, Darwin's Mukiza, quite a number, some whose names have forgotten, but they did play for the national team. And even today, you realize Vihiga High is the national champions of rugby, representing Kenya in the East and Central Africa. So it's something, a culture that has grown. I allowed the students who could participate in music, give their prowess in music, and did very well. And the school choir would always perform wonderfully at the music festival. Same when it comes to science and engineering fair, we would allow those with those talents be supported to present their scientific knowledge to various levels of competition, some reaching up to the national level. At Chavakali High School, it was the same. I supported, and those who will remember, we had great people in football, both in Chavakali and in Vihiga, people like Martin Imbalabala, people like Duncan Ochieng from Chavakali, who was our head student and currently playing his professional football in Zambia, people like Orchum, who even had a grade A and proceeded to university, played for Tusker. Today he's playing his professional football in Zambia, and many other players who both did well, both academically and in sports. I was able to ensure there was improved infrastructure in the schools I was in. In Tomboya, I was able to do a completely new administration block with new classes, converting the timber type of classrooms that I found into more permanent classrooms and a new admin block. I know there have been further improvements on the works I left. At Vihiga High School, I also came and completed a double-story, a three-floor dormitory housing about 400 students. I did classrooms and improved on the quality of service delivery. Same applies to Chavakali High School, where I did completed an administration block that is there. I did 6 classrooms, did another dormitory that I'm happy that it was named after my dad, Kahi house, and it is there. Improved a lot on the quality of teaching and learning services, and finally improved on the results of the school. In Machakos, again, I have been able to improve the infrastructure, leave alone improvement on the performance of students. The quality of teaching service increased in the number of teachers, and a structured way of delivery of service in the school. Put up a dormitory that houses 500 students. This dormitory, I'm happy when I left, the board found it good to name it after Indimuli, so it's called Indimuli House. I've put up a 10 double-story, 10 classroom block. Put up a main gate and a perimeter wall, and I'm happy of those improvements. I went ahead because I value a lot in technology, and we improved on the Wi-Fi system of the school in Machakos, where the Machakos school has free Wi-Fi. We created a studio where a teacher could teach, and the teaching is followed by students in 10 other classrooms, especially in Form 4, where one teacher could teach all the 10 classrooms and a few supervising, and there would be interaction. The teacher would ask a question, watching from the CCTV cameras within the class and in the studio, be able to pick a student, and the student would respond or ask a question. And this, to me, was very, very good, because it helped, particularly in areas where subjects where you are understaffed and the number of students is more. That was one way that we innovatively thought we could mitigate the challenge of understaffing. The system is there, and I'm sure those who had been following news in the past, it was featured on various news channels as an innovative way.
After retiring from teaching, Mr. Indimuli Kahi was inspired to pursue a political career in Vihiga County.
Having finished my teaching profession, I had to come home, and when I came home, of course, there was a lot of discussions, a lot of delegations being sent to me to consider running for a post. Remembering in 2022, I wanted to run as an MP for Sabatia, but along the line I pulled out when I fell unwell, and the doctors advised that I need to reduce on the pressure.
He initially considered running for the Sabatia parliamentary seat in 2022, but stepped back due to health concerns.
It will be remembered that in 2022, I showed interest to vie for the Sabatia constituency seat as an MP, but I later pulled out. The reason was one of my opponents passed on, And in honoring him, I chose to pull out of the race and leave the race open for other people, because it was almost like a two-horse race between me and him. And when he passed on, it affected me, and I felt to honor him.
Mr. Kahi outlined his bold vision for Vihiga County, focusing on tackling challenges in the education sector, revitalizing vocational training centers, grappling with capitation issues, and boosting agricultural development in Vihiga County.
So I went back and continued with my teaching. I had not resigned yet, and finished now. And when I came, people were telling me, why don't you come for this post? Why don't you come for that post? You know, come for MP Sabatia, come for position of senator, because the current senator is moving to be a governor. Come for position of governor, because the current governor has served his 2 terms and is going. So I told them I'll think about it. The number 1 post that I knocked out was MP for Sabatia, because I had already said no to it in 2022. And that is the stand I took. And I would not want to go back to it. So that was never part of my consideration, because it's something I said no to, and it remained like that. And that's my nature. I had to think about the other 2 positions and listened more to the people. And I felt the position I should run for is the position of governor. Once looking at my experience, looking at the work I've done, has been largely in governance. I have not been in politics very much. So I felt my experience would do better as a governor in Vihiga. And that's why on the 9th of August, I had told the people, I will answer you. So during my homecoming, I had to give an answer. And that's when I formally announced that I'll be running for position of governor. And I made it very clear that I'm not coming to the people of Vihiga as a Maragoli, as some people would want to make it look like. That I'm running because I'm a Maragoli and the Maragolis feel it is their turn. No, I'm coming to the people of Vihiga as a son of Vihiga, as a person who has worked in Vihiga, and as a teacher who has taught so many people from different ethnic groups. I believe I can bring together all the tribes in Vihiga. And Vihiga has so many tribes. It's not only Maragoli, Nyore, Tiriki, and the Teriks. No. We have Luos here, we have Kikuyus here, we have people from Northeastern doing business in this county. So I can bring them together. That's what I felt. And my other responsibilities that I've held puts me in a position to be able to galvanize and bring together our people. Now, what really drove me into making this decision are a few gaps that I noticed. Number 1 gap is in our education sector. Being an educationist, we know very well that foundation of education and proper foundation is given in the lower classes. The county governments are charged with the responsibilities of ensuring that they manage the early education, ECD. Apart from just the brick and mortar in building the ECD centers, we must ensure that they are quality teachers, well trained to manage our children. Many of our parents are taking their children to private ECD centers in our county, and very few are being taken to our public centers. The reason being maybe 1, the quality of the teaching that needs to be checked. 2, looking at the enumeration of these teachers. Are they motivated enough? Are we paying them commensurate with the SRC proposals? And when I was looking at it, there are gaps there. which I feel from the education sector, having served in education, I would have suggestions that I would be giving when I present my manifesto to the people of Vihiga. I looked at the vocational training centers, which are another area where county governments come in. And the truth of the matter is our vocational training centers are not doing well. Biggest challenge is capitation. We would need to find out what is happening with the capitation. Where are the challenges? This year, our vocational training centers had to close early because there was no money to run them. And other vocational training centers are going on in other counties. So we'll need to benchmark and find out what is this the other counties are doing that can be borrowed and structured, developed to suit our situation in Vihiga. And having done a lot of benchmarking during my time as a teacher and a principal, I can use that experience. Number three, I was looking at the areas of youth, the youth centers and the rest. How do we get our youth involved in governance? And as I told the people, we want to be able to tap on the experience of the old, the agility of the middle age, and the innovation of the youth. So we need to have an all-inclusive way of approach, which I'll touch again at a later stage. How do we get our youth to generate income? What kind of programs are we putting in place? I was looking at one program that is going on one or two of our schools, an integrated approach where we have fish farming, chicken rearing, and growing of vegetables in one area, where the droppings from the chickens act as manure in the fish ponds to grow the algae that the fish will feed on. And at the same time, when it settles down, it becomes a kind of manure drained from the fish pond and used to irrigate land where people can grow vegetable. And I feel this is an area the youth can get into and do well. We have for reserve a group of young men and women that are doing very well and are attracting a lot of sponsorship. So we want to tap on such experience. Come up with maybe even the fund, operationalize, because it is there. If you look at the CIDP, you'll find there are funds meant for the youth to get into entrepreneurship. How do we operationalize this? We are not going to create any new wheel. The county already has a wheel. The only thing we need to find out is why is this wheel not turning, and ensure that the wheel turns. Most of the things I'll be putting in my manifesto on how we are going to do it. I've just touched a little bit. Looking at our health sector, this is an area that has been a little too low because many of our people are seeking services outside the county. Sometimes referrals are made to hospitals of the same level but outside our county, which is a little painful because some people may not manage to get there. They may not manage to have the money to hire ambulances to take them there. And therefore, it's an area that we must, by all means, ensure it is working. Let our referral hospital purely act as a referral hospital, and let these other health centers in the sub-counties be upgraded and be able to conduct services that are satisfying to our people. So those are the areas I would be looking at. Looking at sports, Vihiga County has no stadia, and yet it is a home of a lot of talent. There's one area that we need to look at. When I was understanding why we do not have stadia, many of the people around the areas that the stadias should be made have very small pieces of land. and acquiring them is difficult because they don't own them. Those are ancestral land. So maybe we may need to prioritize. Another area of prioritization would be dealing with the pending bills, because if the county continues to be choked in debt, it can't move. So we may need to do a lot of public participation in ensuring that we see how those debts that have been checked, formalized, and approved that are correct are actually paid. One thing would be once they are paid, they would still spend this money within the county. And that on-source revenue can go up. We want to look at the leakages in on-source revenue, because a county that does not have a large percentage of on-source revenue will not survive with the percentage given from the central government. So we must ensure we increase our collection. And how do we increase it? Is by automating many of the system and having people in the background handling this system that are trustworthy, focused, and ready to serve the people of Vihiga, so that we do not have a situation like what was featured the other day, that our markets are not able to produce enough. It means there could be leakages, and these leakages need to be sorted. I would say Vihiga County is small enough and is also big enough to be an example of what a good county should be. But it should not be an example of what a county should not be. And I believe I have what it takes. I have the experience, and I know in the county we have ladies and gentlemen who have knowledge in various sectors that we can tap on to become EEC members, to become county CEOs in various ministries, and help this county move forward.
In a heartfelt conclusion, Mr. Indimuli Kahi called on the people of Vihiga County to rally behind him in the 2027 elections, urging them to seize the opportunity to support his transformative vision for the county.
Now, in my leadership, what would people expect? People would expect a lot. And one thing that I'm bringing is consultative leadership, where we consult with every sector, every players in every sector. Because as a governor, you are not knowledgeable in all sectors. So you'll need to consult with those who have the technical know-how to help you. They should expect a lot of transparency. From my other area, transparency is key. No parent would trust you with their children when you are not able to demonstrate that you are transparent in the work you are doing. So there will be transparency. There will be a lot of accountability of what is going on, not only from me, but I believe even from the people. We will be charged with that responsibility. If the people of Vihiga favor me with my election as a governor of Vihiga, I will have to pick on people who also subscribe to what I would want to do. Are they trustworthy? Are they committed? Are they accountable to the people of Vihiga? Do they have Vihiga County at heart? And what do they want to see Vihiga County? I would like to see a county that is running, a county that is generating its own income, a county that is beautiful to go to, a county that where its people are happy to seek for services within the county before they think of going elsewhere, a county where business thrives. to be able to employ many of our youth, a county where the youth feel to be part and parcel of governance of this county. So I still want to call upon the people of Vihiga to give me a chance to run as a governor and give me that chance to serve them as the governor of Vihiga County. Let them try me, and then after 5 years they can now tell me you have done A and failed in B, and a new decision will be taken at that point. Thank you very much.
Maybe last but not least, you are parting shots to the people of Vihiga, especially youth.
To the youth of Vihiga, you have the knowledge, you have the energy, and you are very innovative. Your innovation should not just stay with you. We need to tap on it. And that's why I want to welcome you to share with me at any one time what is the vision that you have. What would you want us to do once we get to the office? I'm happy a few of you have already come forward to me. I welcome you at any one time to come. Let us discuss this as we prepare our manifesto, see what is viable and how can we make use of you. Don't stay back and wait for elections to be done and imagine things will just work out. I know it is time that people wait for politicians to give direction. I want to ask the youth that don't wait for the politicians to give you direction. Be part of giving that direction. Because many times you will be given a direction to the benefit of the politician, to my benefit. And when things are done, I'm successful and you are not successful because whatever you did was based on what I wanted. We want you to be on the forefront, suggest what you need to be done. You also suggest how it can be done for the success of our county and to benefit everybody, including you as the useful members. Bring your knowledge. You are well educated. Don't hold back on the knowledge. Share it.
Newsroom, Maisha TV, Reader Kering Chebet.